The mic was muted. Hi guys, how are we all doing? How is it going? Hope everyone's doing great. I hope everyone's ready to make some moolah, make some money. We're looking at this trade now. First things first, just want to do a quick summary of the fundamentals. But yeah, it's the last stream of the week. I am not live at all next week, so don't be waiting around for nothing that happens. I am not going to be live one day at all next week. Monday's my birthday, plus a bank holiday. Wednesday, Thursday, I'm flying to Florida. You know, all that stuff. We will be back the week after that, which will be the 18th of Monday, so keep that in your diaries. There's no streams from the 11th until the 18th. Then, on the 18th, I'm back live again, back to it, killing it, seeing how it goes. But yeah, we do have a trade lining up on GJ right now, so make sure you like up the stream, all that stuff. We're going to look at the fundamentals really quickly, then we're going to get straight into the trade. So, fundamentally, we've had half one news. I think if I just refresh this page, it should pop up now. Yes, so you can see that we've had half one Canadian news. Not much to go around, not much to worry about today, but we can look at this trade right now. So, I'm currently in this trade, currently in this sell. A little bit of a weird manipulation, you know, usually I'd wait for a stronger one, but I seen respecting this imbalance here, then we started to push down, so I got in right here, look, targeting the other side of the range. It's a very simple trade, very standard stuff, textbook stuff. Pairing it with the volume, we should get a very nice move to the downside. As you can see, we already are in a nice little bit of profit here. But yeah, we're going to see how this goes. Looks like we might be pushing down as well. Hoping for a very quick move to the downside. Whilst that's going on, whilst that's playing out, what we're going to look at is this trade we took yesterday very quickly. If you want to learn my setup, all you have to do is either join the $300 course, which is the second link in the description, or you can get a taste of what's inside the course by joining the free course, which is the first link in the description in my Discord server. In the free course, you learn the 4 pillars of the strategy, which is AMD, liquidity, fair value gaps, and obviously risk management and psychology. We touch on that, you know, a basic guide. Well, it's a good guide, basic guide. Then in the $300 course, if you want to master the strategy, you join that because I show you how to link all of those things together, how to trade all of those things, and how to build the perfect strategy. So that's where you go if you want to learn how to trade exactly like me. But we are in a trade at the moment. We're going to see how it goes. Looks like we might be pushing down nicely here. First things first, I want to discuss this trade. So we did take this trade live on stream yesterday, and we did end up losing this trade. We lost this trade pretty fair, you know. We secured profits on the Bitcoin trade, which I want to talk about very quickly as well. We secured half around about here because I noticed this second AMD cycle playing out. We got that accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. I noticed that playing out, which kind of went against our trade idea. So I closed half here, literally just before we exploded right to break even. I closed half here, which secured the loss we made on this trade here. So this was basically like a break-even day. I made like $100, something stupid like that. So it was a good day, you know, break-even day. But we did end up losing that trade. We took that trade based on a 5-minute AMD cycle. If we go back to this, you can see that. We got the 5-minute accumulation here, followed by a manipulation into a higher time frame fair value gap. Then we got the candlestick pattern. We consolidated here, and then we just went straight to the downside. I lost just under 0.5% here because I did originally risk 0.5% around about here. Then we adjusted stops closer to it. So that's the trade I took yesterday. Ended up being a loss. Not the worst thing in the world because we did end up the break even that day. Now, moving on to this trade, it's, you know, a normal trade, normal risk, all that stuff. Looks like we might be pushing down now. I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna let this play out. I probably average 1 a day. Sometimes it's 2 a day. Sometimes it's a little bit more. Sometimes it's a little bit less as well. Most of the time, it is 1 a day, typically. So yeah, 1 a day. We're going to see how this trade plays out now. It looks like we are finding a little bit of resistance here in this IFVG right here. I wouldn't expect us to typically respect that, but we'll see how it goes. We haven't had the strongest manipulation. Usually we wait for a little bit of a stronger manipulation, you know, outside the range properly. But it looks good. Looks good to go. We're going to see how this plays out. Now, moving on to Bitcoin. It's near enough the same thing. We just got an extremely strong consolidation right here. A little bit of a break to the upside, and then melted straight back into the range. standard stuff here. We're just waiting for a breakout. The only issue is I don't really want to trade this Bitcoin move. If I just get rid of this and this, I don't want to trade this Bitcoin move because if you look to the upside, we don't really have a fair value gap. And the one fair value gap which we do have has already been tapped and respected. So it's not really the strongest signal here. But I think if we do manipulate to the downside, buys would make the most sense fundamentally as well. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this is what GJ is. This is the GJ trade I'm in. We're looking to trade to the other side of this range. Hopefully we can get there very quickly, very nicely. We'll see how it goes. We're going to look at gold very quickly. Gold's in the manipulation now. We came into this fair value gap, not as deep as I'd like it to be. Usually we wait for price to come quite deep into this fair value gap before we move to the downside. But we came in, tapped it, formed that candlestick pattern near enough, and then melted to the downside. But yeah, it's not the strongest sign, so we may end up distributing to the upside as well. We'll see how that goes. The fundamental here, the fundamental bias for this trade would be bearish because Trump is president now. We've seen all that. We've covered all that throughout the week. He's president, means peace. He likes peace. Gold goes up when there's wars going on. So if there's no wars going on, gold's going to go down. No, you don't take the trade blindly after manipulating. What you do is wait for a candlestick pattern inside an imbalance. Now, the thing is here, there's three ways this can play out. There's AMD, which is accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. There's AMDX, which is accumulation, manipulation, distribution, expansion, which is either the continuation or a reversal of the distribution phase. Or there is AD, which is accumulation, distribution. Now, the whole idea of AMD is liquidity. We've discussed that multiple times, haven't we, guys? It is liquidity. We take one side of liquidity, then target the other. It's textbook stuff. Sometimes we don't actually need to take liquidity on the other side. Sometimes we don't go to it. We go to the strongest draw on liquidity, which can be external range or internal range, depending on the time frame. So sometimes we just end up accumulating and distributing. So you do not take it blindly. What we like to do is wait for extra confluences, which would be, in this scenario, a manipulation to the upside would be a distribution to the downside, which is obviously bearish, which means we'd look for bearish confluences. What bearish confluences could we look for? We look for PD arrays like fair value gaps in the IRL, internal range liquidity, targeting the external range liquidity. That's all price does really. It takes one side and targets the other. But what we're doing is basically waiting for the fair value gap, waiting for price to manipulate into a fair value gap, then look for a candlestick pattern, which isn't the strongest sign on its own. We kind of look for a candlestick pattern inside a fair value gap because it's the sign that we're going to respect the fair value gap, which is a sign we're going to go to the downside or continue the move, blah, blah, blah. So there's a few added confluences here. We don't just take the trade blindly after manipulating. That's a big mistake. But yeah, let's see what GJ is doing. GJ's pushing down nicely now. Come on, GJ, you got it. Let's see if we can hold this move. It looks like we can. Looks like we want to push down. Nice. Okay, keep it up. So what I'm going to do here is just draw in this lower time frame fair value gap right here, which gives us a little bit more of a support zone. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to adjust my stops slightly to the high of this right up here. So we're near enough risk-free in this trade now. 197.725 is where my stops are moving to. I'm over a half a percent in on this trade right now. Looks like I'll be making about 1.5% here if we do end up taking full TP, which we probably should. 197.725 is where my stop's going. I was risking 1% now. Sorry, not now. I was risking 1% originally, which was, 31 pips. Now we're risking 6 pips. So you can do the maths. It's less than half. Near enough risk-free this trade. Let's see how it plays out. 16 seconds left. Looks like we are going to hold this move. We do have long wicks though, which isn't the best sign. Coming into this IFVG as well. Right here. Oh, not really. Struggling to break this one here though. This lower time frame. Right here. Struggling to break through that. Struggling to disrespect that. We've opened on the next 5 minute, which is just a 5 minute and a 1 minute with no top wick. We may not flip. We may flip. Hopefully we can push down now and get that gone past this range. We'll see how it goes. We may expect price to come back up and respect this. That's why I've adjusted my stops to here, because if we start respecting this, that's great. We can continue down. But if we start disrespecting it, then it's got an IFVG. Bullish confluence to the upside. We're going to see how this goes. As I said, we could actually be getting a stronger manipulation soon. That's always a little bit of a risk here, but it looks like we are trying to melt to the downside now, which is great. Great entry. Great trade so far. We're going to see how that goes. Are you a prop firm trader? Yes, I am a prop firm. Well, I have 3 funded accounts, a 50k, a 6k, a 5k, and a personal account. So it's all kind of linked together. What pairs do you trade? I can't see all. So the pairs I trade, sorry, excuse me. I trade GBP, JPY, Bitcoin, gold, and I'm moving on to GBP USD as well. I'm testing that out a little tiny bit. I think there might be a trade line in here. Oh yeah, we do have that accumulation. Yeah, we do have that cycle there. I'm branching out to GBP USD, but for now it's just GJ, Bitcoin, and gold. Seeing how that goes for now. But we are pushing into profits here. This is nice. Come on, GJ. Make sure you like up the stream, guys. Last stream of the week. Last stream for a week as well, actually, because I'm not going to be live next week at all. As I said, like up the stream, all that lovely stuff. We're going to see how this trade plays out for the next few minutes, half an hour or so. We'll let this trade play out on stream. Looks like we're melting down now, which is nice. Come on, GJ. Come on, keep it going. We've got no top wick, so we could get that bullish reaction that we get at the end of it, the end of the past 2 candles. We could get that bullish reaction that we were getting to make that top wick. It's still a little bit risky with that top wick not being there, but it looks nice. The size is nice. We're pushing down nicely. If we can just break that low, that would be beautiful. There we are. Keep going. Over halfway through the candle now, guys. So we should be secure in this candle. We might get a bullish reaction in the last minute like we did on the past 2 candles. Hopefully we don't. That would give us some form of IFVG right here, which is technically just a support zone now, which would be a nice reaction too. So if this candle closes like this, below this box, I'm going to move to break even fully. And then we're fully risk-free on this trade. Daily bias, yeah, you can find your daily bias. There's a lot of ways to find daily bias. Now, daily bias, you can look at indices, you can look at index pairs. So like, you can look at the JPY currency itself on here, or the GBP currency itself on here, and find a bias using that. Or you can look at the previous 4-hour and the previous daily if you're a bit more of a scalper. Or you can look at just a higher time frame analysis, like look at the fair value, look at the PD arrays on the higher time frame and find your bias. That way, there's multiple ways. It looks like we're getting that bullish reaction on this candle, as I said. Hopefully, we don't flip. Hopefully, we can hold this down now. Hold this down. Maybe another push to make another low. That would be beautiful. But if we can close around about here in the next minute or so, I'm going to be fully break even now. Actually, screw it. I'm just going to go break even now. Might as well. There's no harm in that. Going to go fully break even now, so I'm fully risk-free on this trade. No risk at all now. Just under 1% up as well. What was my entry? 197653. That's my entry, and that is also now my stop loss. So if we lose this, worst case, we make no money. Best case, we make a couple percent to end the week nicely. It's literally a win-win now. Like up the stream, guys. Pushing down, we're getting a nice bearish push in the last minute of this candle, which is good. This is a good sign. Closing the 15 as well. Closing the 15 bearish. This is nice 2 bearish candles on this 15-minute time frame, which is beautiful. Hopefully we can get the 3rd one and just tap that take profit, and that would be a juicy trade straight to TP. This is how I like to trade. This is how my trades usually go. If you joined the stream yesterday and the day before, you would have seen the past 2 trades were a little bit more of a consolidation, a little bit more of a sideways move before actually picking the direction. As you can see, this is how I usually trade. This is a perfect example of a trade. Straight down, straight into profits. No messing around at the entry. Straight into profits. Nice explosive moves. That's how we like to trade. Please explain it. Which one, bro? I'm not explaining all three. Just pick one and I'll show you it. I entered the trade because we have the AMD cycle on the 15, I think it is. It is the 15. So we have this slight manipulation here. We did close out the range. We did wick this heavily. When this candle flipped and started to push down, I anticipated a bullish engulfing candlestick, a bearish engulfing candlestick, sorry. And then obviously it happened, so we're in profits. But that's the trade. It's basically AMD. We got this fair value gap here, which is a 1 hour fair value gap actually, a higher time frame fair value gap. We formed a candlestick pattern near enough inside of it. We got a very long top wick here, very indecisive, shows that we're respecting it. We pushed into the premium of this fair value gap here. So we pushed into the premium zone, respected it, completely reversed. Then this candle opened. When it flipped again, I obviously got in there. And then that gives us the candlestick pattern. So we got the manipulation into a high time frame fair value gap, plus the candlestick pattern, all nice and stuff like that. So, not indecisive, straight to TP, exactly. The new threads. Yeah, sometimes. I don't like to look at the high time frames too much because sometimes they can throw you off and basically like just give you like analysis paralysis, if you've heard of that. So I don't look at all of the high time frame trends. I use the hourly, use the 4 hour and the daily. Yeah, the close came. Big fuck off box of clothes. Yeah. Big fuck off. This top's new. The pants are new as well. You know, look, I'll show you. Got the pants. Can you see that? Got the pants. Got the clothes. Got the shoes. The Yeezys. Dripped out. Big fuck off box. Came last night. Ready for holiday. Ready for my birthday. Buzzing. Thought I'd treat myself. Bullish reversal on this one. Very strong. Nice one. We are pushing up. Jeez. I hope this would be the candle that formed the fair value gap. It still could be. We've got 11 minutes left. Hey, Rodrigo, bro. How's it going? As I said at the start of this trade, guys, this is a weak manipulation. We did get the exact setup we seen, so I took it. It followed my plan. It took it, but we did not get the a strong manipulation. Usually we look for explosive price movement up here, like closing up here. You know, not just wicking it and then coming down. This is very indecisive. This market, very volatile. Hopefully we can flip back down now and go back to where we were. How far up am I? Am I up half? If I'm up 0.5%, I might close half here. Not really. 186. Floating. So we're going to leave this. Going to let it play out. It's annoying that it reversed so quickly. Sometimes, yeah, when you look at all the high time frames, they kind of do start to give you analysis paralysis, and then one's saying they're all contradicting each other. But what I like to do is I look at a monthly sometimes. We got that monthly fair value gap that we're still inside of. We're breaking out of it. Yeah, we're breaking out of it. If you see that right here, which we've been looking at for a few months now. We've got that one, so I use the monthly for that, obviously. Then I'd go to the daily or the 4 hour, see what the 4 hours telling me. Here, we're in a 4 hour fair value gap as well. So, you know, it's a very strong area to basically look for sells. But obviously we do have that 4 hour AMD cycle here, which could lead to a move to the upside. And that would be understandable. But I think we could come and take this external liquidity here, Then I go to the 1 hour, see what the 1 hour is saying. The 1 hour is saying it's also an accumulation, plus there's a fair value gap here, which aligns with the trade. Then I go to the 15 minute, see what's going on here, see that we've got the entry here, and that's it. I don't like analyze properly how I analyze the 15. I just kind of look and see what's going on, see what it's saying. I think it also it's kind of like intuition as well. You kind of got to get the intuition with it as well. Like, you know, there were times when I would look at the daily, fully analyze it, look at the monthly, fully analyze it, look at the hourly, look at all these time frames and fully analyze them, and then get analysis paralysis because the monthly saying bullish, the weekly saying bearish, the daily saying bullish, the hourly saying bearish. And I don't know what to do then. So what I do is just keep it quite simple. Analyze the 15, then look for a trade on the 15 and see if the higher time frames align with it. Basically, that helps. Looks like we're pushing up drastically here. Not what I wanted to see at all. Doesn't make sense really. There is this fair value gap here, but we've already filled that. We'll see how it goes. We're break even, risk free now, guys. Literally risk free. So that was an explosive reaction to that level. No worries. I hope I can help. Make sure you like up the stream, guys. If you're new, join the free Discord server, which is in the first link in the bio and in the description. If you want to join the course, $300 lifetime access. Second link in the description. Teach you exactly how to trade just like this, how to manage your trades exactly like me. But I do advise, as a beginner trader, not to focus on managing your trades. As a beginner trader, if you're looking at managing your trades like this, it doesn't really make sense because you don't know if you have good stop loss or take profit placement. Like, obviously, short term, you'll be making profits, you'll be avoiding losses, but the ultimate goal here is to get good stop loss placement, good take profit placement, seeing how you trade, making sure it's right, making sure it's perfect. And you can't perfect your take profit and stop loss placement when you manage your trades aggressively all the time. So as a beginner, focus on actually letting your trades play out. That's what I advise people to do. That's what I tell you to do in my course. Just let them play out. Don't manage them. Nothing like that. Just learn good stop loss and take profit placement. What does good stop loss and take profit placement look like? Well, when you take profit, you want price to reverse. Then you've maximized your profits. When you take stop loss, when you take the loss, when you hit your stop loss, you want price to continue because then you've got out at the best possible point to get out at. So that's what I advise. Basically, don't manage your trades as much as this as a beginner, but I do teach you how to manage them when you do understand good stop loss and take profit placements. That's what I wanted to say. This has reversed quite strongly. Hopefully we can respect this imbalance now. It looks like we're coming up to fill the 5-minute imbalance that we formed on the way down. Hopefully we can respect that. Let's see how it goes. Been a rough few days. Wednesday we had a winning trade, but I got out because we consolidated just before it. Yesterday we had a consolidation leading to a losing trade. Today looks like we're break even. So we've had all three possible outcomes in the past 3 trades. A win, a loss, and a break even. Looks like it's going to be break even. We'll see how we respect this imbalance. If we start pushing through, not really the best sign, but we should find some form of resistance here now. Let's see how it goes. What does the 15 look like? Let's just see what the 15 looks like. There's no imbalance there. We would usually expect price to continue down to take out this side of liquidity, but seems to be drawn back up. There is a slight imbalance right here. Draw that out. You see, we clearly respected that. Looks like we are getting that resistance at the fair value gap, which I was talking about. Let's see if we can pull through and carry this move back down. There we go. Why is the 5 minute not formed a new one yet? That's strange. That should be a new 5 minute. Okay, so we found resistance at that imbalance, so we should continue down now, preferably. Why is this candle not closed yet? There we go. There's a 1 minute delay in the close of this 5 minute. You see that if you look at the time at the bottom, it says 46, 51, 56. That's crazy. Right. Oh, shit. Let's see how we react to this. Let's see if we can continue this move down now. Come on. There we are. I'm going to get rid of this now. We don't really need that. We took IRL here. We took a high. We took the imbalance, so we should continue down. Nope. Come on. Open it, pulls through. Let's end the week nicely. Come on, GJ. There we are. If we start inverting this, it makes sense to get out now. We may be forming a stronger accumulation, a stronger manipulation, so we can look for a re-entry really in the next hour or so if this does end up being a stronger manipulation. Because if we go to the 15, you can see how we don't really get a close as strong as we'd like it to be. Crazy candle. Looks like we're trying to invert that imbalance now. So that IFVG, it got inverted quite quickly as well. You can see we did it very quickly. We just formed it, then switched and inverted it. So we got a very strong IFVG here, which is a quite reliable one. So we may end up just continuing. We can look for a re-entry though. We can look for a re-entry. I'm still strong about this if we manipulate to the upside. We've got this imbalance up here, which we got to look out for, I guess. If we do end up getting tapped here, we can look for a re-entry up here or re-entry up here as well. It's still a potential winning trade. But we'll see how it goes. See if we close outside this range. If we don't close outside this range, we are yet to invert it, which is nice. Let's see how this goes. I think is this going to be delayed by another minute as well? Yes, it is. Here we are. We've got 3 p.m. volume. That's crazy. That's probably us out there. That volume was crazy. Yeah, that's probably us out. Let's see. Not yet. Fluctuating strongly. Jeez. Let's see this. This is so annoying. Why is it closing 1 minute later than usual? Look at this. It's gonna hit 50. It's gonna hit 3:01 for me now, and it's probably gonna close here. 3:01. Why is it closing a minute late? Mad. So that's a new hour. With no top wick here. Not the best sign. Especially when we're quite close to our entry, and our stop loss, I guess, quite close to being took out. So if we flip to make that, we might get took out here, even if we miss the next flip back down. But we are respecting the imbalance. We seemingly respecting the imbalance that I drawn out before. Let's see how this goes. We want a strong push down. Come on. Nice. Nice. All right. BBC. Over halfway through this 5 minute now. What I'm going to do here, guys, is... Do I do it? I don't know. I want to close half here, because this is a very strong candle. It's not sustainable at all. But we're break even. We're up. Worst case scenario, we finish the week 1.5%. Best case scenario, we finish the week 3%. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to let it play out here on stream. Nice. Come on. Break that low. Jeez. Let's see if we can make an imbalance here on the 1 minute. We've got 30 seconds left. Okay, probably. Okay. I'm not complaining. 1 minute left on the 5. Jeez. Big black candle coming to save the day. And it's still going. It's still going. Jeez. Look how close I was to being tapped. What are we on now? Over 1% up here. So I must have just risked 1% on this trade without realizing. Thought I risked 2. Let's see how we react to this imbalance. I might even just take profit here, guys. This is an extremely unsustainable price action. I'm 1% up, and we're at the imbalance. Do I close here? We may end up respecting this imbalance. We may end up disrespecting it. What I'm going to do is... let's see how we react to it. Nice. Nice work. I'm going to take profit here, guys. I called it. I'm out. I'm out the trade. I got out here. 1% up. Nice. Nice. Beautiful. Nice end to the week. We may end up continuing down to here, but my intuition, my super knowledge, my amazing trading knowledge told me to get out. We basically have this imbalance here. We've had a massive displacement, which means we are due a retracement back up at some point. We broke this low. We broke IRL. We've got a lot of things saying, okay, we're going to have a small retracement up here. Plus, we've got this imbalance to have the retracement at right here. So I just decided, and I'm 1% up, so I decided to get out. I'm out. Out the trade. Nice work. Beautiful work. Amazing trade. Beautiful trade. Like the stream, guys. Not really much else to talk about now. Like the stream. That's all you have to do. Subscribe if you're new. Join the free Discord if you haven't already. Learn the strategy. Learn the free course. Join the paid course, which is $300. Lifetime access. Comes with a bunch of other stuff other than just a course. You get full mentorship. You don't just get left behind. Join the free Discord. At least subscribe. Like. That's me done for the day. Done for the week. Reminder, I am not live at all for the next week or so. If you want to catch the analysis on this setup, I'm going to be doing a market. I'm not going to do a market outlook tonight. If you want to catch the setup, the person who just commented, just go back to the start of the video. Go back to the start of this live stream, and you'll see exactly how I took this trade, and you can see it playing out live in front of you. That's me done. Done for the week. It's my birthday on Monday. Time to celebrate. I'll see you guys on the 18th. The next stream is on the 18th. See you guys on the 18th. Take care. Have a lovely rest of your week. Have a lovely next week as well. I'll see you guys when I'm in Florida. Take care and have a good weekend. Nice end to the week.